So hello everyone, I have mentioned in another videos as a practice set. I have told you earlier that I have completed that loops in Python. Like there are mainly two types of loop, for loop and while loops. So this time is for the practice for these two loops, and with the using of these two for while loops, we used break and continue statement with them also. But in this lecture, we will cover the practice system while and for loops. So let's see the questions. There are top-notch 10 important questions which you must have to practice for your better clarity and better understanding. So let's start with first question. First question is asking about write a program to print multiplication table of a given number using for loop. So we have to multiply multiplication of a table using for loop. We have to multiply a number using for loop. So we will go to our VS Studio Code, make another file, practice loop.py. So let's take an integer input from the user, input, enter a number, then using that for loop. Because I have told you earlier in the previous lectures, we can use for loop in many methods. So we can use for loop in the ranges also. If we have to take the ranges from like 1 to 10 or 1 to 100 or anything infinite, 1 to infinite, we can take anything. For I in range, like we are taking numbers between 1 to 11 means 1 it starts from 1 and end with 0. So 1 to 1 comma 11, then colon, then we have to print means multiply. On which value we have to multiply, we have to write in the input side, so it will become at the end. Firstly we have to multiply number, so we will use the f in curly braces and multiplication I is equal to n into I. Then we have to run and execute the code. Here you are saying that here it is asking enter a number. You can also ask me a question, why here it is saying that enter a number, because we are taking input from the user side, not we are giving that input n is equal to 4, 5, 6 or anything else. But here we have to take input from the user. So we can take anything, like we want to see the multiplication of 4. So 4, enter. You can see here the multiplication of the 4 is here. 4 1 is 4, 4 2 is 8, 4 3 is 12. You can take anything. Let's take another example. Like you want to know the multiplication of 19 here. Enter. You can see here the multiplication of 19 is here. 19 1 is 19, 19 0 38. Anything. You can take anything example. I hope you all clear this question. These are the basic question to build the concept in loops. So move to my next. I will practice some questions. You must take the screenshot of these all questions and practice with yourself, because it is compulsory to practice by your side, not only my side. It is compulsory to practice by your side. So if you may practice by your side, you will build your concept and many more. So let's take second example, and I will practice only 5 to 4 question in this practice set. I have another practice set questions also. Here you can see that from while and the for loops. So that's why I am saying here. So I'm going to my question. Let's take second example. Write a program to greet all the person's name stored in a list I, and which start with S. So I not, here is a L. Here you can see the L. Inside the list there are some strings name as Harry, Soham, Sachin, Rahul. So we have to store the names stored in a list which starts with S. So we go to our Visual Studio Code. We have to find in this question, we have to find that which letter or which name is starting from S. So we have to use that for loop also here. Then we have to make a list name as well. Inside this, we have to create some name like the name are given Harry, Sohan, Soham, Harry, Soham. I'm going to my slide. Harry, Soham, Sachin, and Rahul. Sachin and Rahul. These are some names. We have to find that in this list how many letters or how many names are starting with S. So we use that for loop for name in L. If name dot starts start start with S, print on name. So here in this question we have a list. Inside this list, there are some names like Harry, Sohan, Sachin, and Rahul. So we have to find in this that which names is starting with S letter or which name is starting with Sohan like Sachin are starting with S letter. So if name starts with S, then print hello and their name. Like starting with S names are Soham and Sachin. So the output will be hello Soham and hello Sachin. Here you can see that name dot wait for a minute. Here is something problem. Name starts with name starts with I can erase and run and execute the code. Here you can see that the output is hello Soham, hello Sachin. You can also ask me a question why here this Harry is not printing like hello Harry and hello Rahul. But in this question it is saying that the name which ends started with S letter. So we have to print hello and their name. So here it is printing hello Soham and hello Sachin. That's why the output is hello Soham and hello Sachin. Like I am only talking you that a name dot starts with. It can be here also name dot end with also. Like you want to say here, here we can use name which ends with like some name like we take Sachin name which is ending with N. So here you take the N, it will print hello Sachin. Here you can see that the output is hello Sachin. Why? Because in this question it is telling that if name ends with, it means the last letter of the Sachin is N. We are taking here N. So it will print the value hello and their name which ends with. Like Sachin in the last letter of Sachin is N. So it will print hello and their name means hello Sachin. So I hope you all clear this also. So let's move to our next question. I am giving daily updates and daily videos for you also. So kindly, I am requesting that please like, subscribe, and follow this video channel, YouTube channel. So without wasting our time, let's move to another question. Let's take an sixth question. Write a program to calculate the factorial of a given number using for loop. So you doesn't know that because I have not taught you earlier that what is the factorial of a number. So I will taught in the next upcoming lectures, but with using for loop, I can help taught you how to take factorial of number. So firstly, you know that how to take integer input from the user, because I have told in the first or second lecture to how take the input from the user. So let's take integer input from the user, then we take factorial as 1, then again we use the for loop with ranges from 1, wait for a minute, back, we have to print the factorial here. If you doesn't know what is the factorial of a number or how it is going to be, so I will taught you in this lecture. Factorial means like if you want to find the factorial of a 5. So in class 10th or ninth, I think you have learned that what is the factorial. If you have to find the factorial of 5, so the factorial of 5 is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. If we have to find factorial of 3, so the uh, following parameter is 3 into 2 into 1, and the factorial of 5, you know that that is 120. You can see here we have to take an integer. Let's take an integer input as 5. The output will be factorial. It means the factorial of a number is 120. How it is possible? You can see that I have taken like example like 5. So it will multiply 5 into 4, 4 into 3, 3 into 2, 2 into 1. That's why the factorial of 5 is this. If you have want to find the factorial of 3 here, you can see the output is 6, because the factorial of 3 is 3 into 2 into 1. 3 to the 6. So I hope you all clear how to do factorial of a number using for loop. Let's move to one more last question for today's session. Let's take an example of this question. Eighth question. For rest of question, you must practice with yourself. If you may face any problem, kindly DM inside the comment box. I will make another video for you. So let's take this question, eighth question, because it is most important. The star patterns questions may come in your college or first year BTech program, or for your better practice, the star pattern questions are very important. So this question, write a program to print the star pattern of n is equal to 3. So here you have to use that again for loop in ranges. So firstly initialize n with 3. This is the initialization. It means we are declaring n is equal to 3. Then we use for I in range from 1 and plus 1, we are increasing by 1 here. Then print, what we have to print? It's that star pattern here. So we have to in the star in the close brackets into I. I is which stand from the ranges. You can see here star 1 to 3. Wait for a minute, something missing here. Wait for a minute, guys. Let's take this. Something my console is not responding. I want to check again here. Where is the question? Here the question is asking that write a program to print the following start pattern. It means again I am going to my VS Studio Code. This question. Let's take n is equal to 3 again because we have to given the in question that take n is equal to 3 means the value of n is 3. Then again we use for loop 1 comma n plus 1 here colon then print what we have to print star pattern. So star multiply by I. So here you can see the output is getting the star pattern. You can also confirm it from the question here. This is the star pattern of n is when n is equal to 3. You can see here the output is same like in the question given. If you can take here anything like star pattern of 5 here. Here the star pattern changes. It varies when n varies. So I hope you all clear in this video. This practice set you must take this practice set screenshot for your better practice or problem getting better problem solving approach. So in another video I will come with function and recursion. There are many more things, but function is the most important thing. How we call a function, how to call function inside a function calling itself. There are many more things, but in next lecture I will cover these function and recursions. After that I will see which topics are left and make another video for that. So I am saying again, let's take the screenshot of this page and kindly practice with yourself for your